A very good afternoon to all my chartered accountants friends. I am Priyambada from Committee on Promoting Work-Life Balance ICAI here presenting you for a special webinar on CPR awareness in collaboration with Wellness WCI. So we are here for a special session. As we all know that this committee has been newly formed. We already have our many technical committees like direct tax committee, audit committee, accounting committee. But yes, this is a special committee being chaired by our chairman, CA Jayachira, as well as our vice chairman, CA Sridhar Mapala. This committee has been formed in this year. This is council year, that is 2025 and 26, under the leadership of our President CA Charanjot Singh Nanda sir, as well as our Vice President CA Prasanna Kumar D sir. So basic motto of our committee is to focus on our physical as well as mental wellness. Yes, both physical and mental wellness is important along with our professional excellence. But yes, wellness is not only about how can we proceed for wellness. Wellness is also about preparedness in the form of ready. Preparedness is also in the form of wellness. So we usually focus on our time, stress, routines, but yes, preparedness for an emergency and for unforeseen situation is very important at this stage. So rather taking not much time, we have our moderator, CA Jugal Solanki, as well as our speaker of the session, Miss Sumaya Raghavan. We welcome you all for the session. Plus, we have Mr. Abhishek Thakkar from WCI. So over to you, CA Jugalji, for taking the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all the members and my fellow chartered accountants. On behalf of the Committee on Promoting Work-Life Balance of ICAI, I, CA Jugal Solanki, warmly welcome each one of you to this important and timely webinar. Before we begin, I take this opportunity to acknowledge and appreciate the leadership of our committee, CA Jayacharya, Chairman Sir, CA Sridhar Mupala, Vice Chairman, and CA Priyambada Madam, Secretary, for their continued effort towards strengthening well-being, awareness, and holistic development across the CA fraternity, which has enabled the programs such as today's program. About today's topic is CPR Awareness, Prepared Today, Safe Tomorrow. It is not just a technical session, but a life skills session. In today's work environment, where stress, long hours, and public interactions are part of our routine, having basic CPR knowledge can help us act confidently during emergencies, whether at home, at workplace, or in public areas. A few minutes of awareness today can make us a lifetime of difference for someone tomorrow. So, moving ahead, it is my privilege to introduce our learned speaker for today, Mr. Abhishek Thakkar sir. He is the founder and CEO of WCI, Wellness Community of India. It is India's first and only multidimensional wellness platform for human capital growth by integrating the 7 dimensions of wellness: physical, mental, financial, intellectual, occupational, social, and environmental. WCI helps individual and organization strengthen their performances and resilience through expert-led programs, translating wellness into strategic capability and growth. Prior to this, he was global head of rating advisory at Standard Chartered Bank, based out of Singapore. He has led large-scale mandates at his previous workplace like CRISIL, 8 Capital, and Standard Chartered Bank. In his role with Standard Chartered Bank, Abhishek sir has helped raise over USD 150 billion in financing over 100 plus clients across the bank's global footprint. His expertise in strategy, finance, and leadership underpins the WCI's ecosystem and business model. He is also MBA in finance by qualification. So let us welcome all Abhishek Thakkar sir. So it was warm welcome to you, and hand over to you, Abhishek sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jugalji, for your kind words. Good afternoon, everyone. As Jugalji introduced me, my name is Abhishek Thakkar, and I want to extend a warm thank you to the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India to Committee Chairman CA Jay Chaira ji, Committee Vice Chairman CA Sridhar Bapala ji, CA Jugal Solanki ji, CA Priyam Vada ji, and the entire Committee on Promoting Work-Life Balance for inviting WCI. It is our pleasure to join you today for a session that is not only informative, but genuinely life-saving. Moving ahead, Ganesh, can we change to slide 1? Okay, one more, please. I want to spend only a few minutes on WCI. I think there is a much more important topic on CPR at play, but I just want to introduce WCI to those who do not know about us. We are WCI Wellness Community of India, and we are building India's first and only multidimensional wellness platform focused on human capital growth. Our mandate is straightforward. We help organizations strengthen the health, vitality, and resilience of their people so they can perform consistently in demanding environments. This audience knows a lot more about demanding environments as compared to some of my other clients. And that is why I take the privilege of taking this session, especially for the chartered accountants. We can move ahead, please. One more slide. This is an interesting slide and why it matters, especially to the current audience of professionals. As emerging professionals and future leaders, your performance is shaped not only by the technical capability, but by the energy, clarity, and balance that you will bring into the workplace. Modern roles operate at a high velocity. There will be deadlines, there will be tax filings, there will be audits, client cycles, decision pressure, and this can easily erode long-term stamina if not managed with intent. And that is where WCI's wealthy programs are built around the 7 dimensions of wellness. And we want to equip you with the ability to stay sharp, resilient, and future ready. Next slide, please. Now, what you see on the slide is the breadth of capability we deliver across organizations. We don't want to view as a single session or an wellness as a single session or an isolated intervention. We see as an institution, we want to build ecosystems that support professionals in sustaining high performance across every phase of their careers. These modules that you see on your screen, they span vitality, musculoskeletal health, emotional resilience, digital balance, preventive care, workplace safety, financial clarity, and very structured upskilling. Each component may look different, but they are designed to serve one strategic purpose: to enable professionals like you to operate with confidence, clarity, and consistency without burning out your potential. I want to transition to the CPR segment and quickly introduce it. And the way we see CPR within this larger ecosystem is that CPR remains one of our highly requested programs. It is the one skill that can save a life instantly. You may never use many of the corporate skills in an emergency, but this one gives you the ability to save a life when seconds actually matter. CPR empowers any one of us, regardless of job role, to respond decisively when one's heart stops. Sudden cardiac arrest gives us very little time, and what happens before medical help arrives often decides the outcome. I want to move to the next slide, Ganesh. We are also honored to collaborate with Revive Heart Foundation, an exceptional non-profit initiative by the Holy Family Hospital in Mumbai. And their eye care team has trained over 5 lakh citizens across the country, including police forces, railway personnel, fire brigade teams, students, and corporate groups. They're certified by the American Heart Association and have been recognized nationally for their outstanding work in creating CPR-ready communities. With that, it is my pleasure and honor to invite Ms. Sumaya Raghavan, Operations Head at iCare, to lead today's CPR Awareness workshop. Sumaya ji, over to you.
Thank you so
Before
much.
we're moving to the Sumaya madam, I would like to introduce her to formally to all the members present here. Ms. Sumaya Raghavan madam is the operation head at Revive Heart Foundation Eye Care, Holy Family Hospital, Mumbai, and is a qualified trainer on first aid, heart saving, and CPR. And she has received BLS certification from American Heart Association. She has held numerous workshops online and offline on how to handle cardiac arrest emergency and has trained over 5 lakh citizens, including the frontline force and workers of the country in the last 8 years. She has been felicitated by the Society for Heart Failure and Transplantation and many other prestigious awards for her pioneering work on teaching CPR. Welcome to Sumaya Madam, and over to you for the next session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, CA Jugal. Thank you, Abhishek. And thank you to the whole team of ICAI for having us here. My name is Samaya Raghavan. I have joined with me Ganesh Chauhan, and we've joined from Revive Heart Foundation, which is Holy Family Hospital in Bandra West. And before we start off with this session, we just like to show you a couple of videos which have been made by the celebs just to emphasize the importance of CPR. So let's have a look at that, and then we're going to start with our session. Ganesh, can we have the video?
Hello, I'm Shashi Tharoor, and I want to express my strong support for the work of the Revive Hearts Foundation. It's extremely important that we train as many of our fellow citizens as possible in cardiac pulmonary resuscitation. It's an easy way to restore a heartbeat for somebody who's just had a cardiac arrest or a major arrhythmia. If you can get a defibrillator nearby, that's even better. But if not, ordinary people can bring other people back to life if we know CPR techniques. So good luck with the work you're doing to encourage awareness of CPR. All the very best in spreading the news. All the very best also in spreading defibrillators around the country. And may I say to all my fellow Indians, we hold the dubious world record of the largest number of cardiac arrest cases and heart attack cases in the entire world. Let's end that record by actually trying to improve everything we do about the heart, our lifestyles, our health, and at the same time know how to act through CPR when the need arises. Good luck.
Hi, I'm Shilpa Shetty Kundra. I'm here to broach a very important subject. I'm sure you are all aware of the seriousness of a cardiac arrest, where the heart just stops functioning. It's a life-threatening situation that can impact anyone. Life is so unpredictable, and no one knows when they may be the sufferer or just an onlooker of this scary situation. However, if you are trained in CPR and you come across someone having a cardiac arrest, you can actually save that life. Actually, we can all do that if we simply learn CPR. It's easy to learn, and just the fact that you can save someone's life cannot be better karma than that. So let us pledge to this cause to help contribute to the well-being of our nation and our people. Namaskar.
So we've all understood just by looking at the videos what an important session today is. Today, what you're going to learn is a life-saving skill. You can actually save somebody's life. So let's start off without wasting much time. A simple question to all of you all. How many of you all have heard about a heart attack? I'm sure many of us would have heard about a heart attack, but how many of you all have heard about a cardiac arrest? So very few people have heard about a cardiac arrest. So the first thing we need to understand is that a heart attack and a cardiac arrest are two different things. So coming to a heart attack first, a heart attack happens when the arteries to the heart get blocked. They get blocked due to so many reasons: long time diabetes, high cholesterol, smoking habits, and because the arteries to the heart get blocked, blood doesn't flow freely to the heart. So all of you all have heard about a heart attack. What happens? Chest pain, jaw pain, shoulder pain, nausea. The person says, I'm getting acidity, not feeling well, breathlessness. Please take me to the hospital. So you put this person who's complaining to you in a taxi or a car and rush him to the hospital. This is your heart attack. But cardiac arrest is totally different. A heart that pumps like this, even your heart pumps like this. In a cardiac arrest, the heart just stops. And because the heart stops, the person collapses. Could be in the house, on the road, on a street, in a mall. कहीं पे भी है दिल बंद हो गया आदमी collapse. Now, what is the function of the heart? Pumping and supplying blood to the various parts of the body. So, if the heart stops, blood doesn't even reach the brain. And if the blood doesn't reach the brain in 3 minutes, the brain goes into a damaged condition. Person goes into a coma. I'm sure all of you all have heard about coma. So 3 minutes blood doesn't reach the brain, coma, 10 minutes person is gone. Now tell me, somebody collapses in front of you. Who's going to help him in 3 minutes? Are you going to reach a hospital in 3 minutes? Is an ambulance going to reach you in 3 minutes? Or any doctor going to help you in 3 minutes? No chance at all. Who's going to help him? You are going to help this person. But when are you going to help? When you know what to do. If you don't know what to do, you're going to take him to the hospital. So we are here today to tell you what you need to do in these 3 crucial minutes. But every collapse is not a cardiac arrest. गिरने के कितने अलग अलग कारण हैं. सुबह को नाश्ता नहीं किया, sugar level drops, person collapses. Fits, another reason of collapse. Sunstroke, overdose of medication, या दारू पी के भी आदमी गिरता है. So the first thing we're going to teach you today is how to recognize कि आपके सामने जो गिरा है कार्डियक अरेस्ट की वजह से गिरा है या और कोई वजह से गिरा है. Secondly, we're going to teach you how to do CPR or cardiac massage. And the third thing we're going to teach you today is how to use this machine. This is called an AED, automated external defibrillator. It's called a shock machine because this machine gives a shock to the stopped heart so that it starts pumping again. You might have seen in movies, the doctor takes the person to the operation theater, ऐसे झटका देता है. This machine does the same thing, but in the hospital, you have a big machine. This is a small portable machine, which is meant for your use because the moment you open it, it tells you what to do step by step. I'm sure many of you all would have seen this machine at our airports, big malls. So, how to use this machine also we're going to teach you. So, simple presentation, few videos, going to teach you in very simple language. Whatever questions you have in your mind, please keep putting them in the chat box. At the end of the session, we're going to answer all the questions. So let's start off with an observation. All of you all go out to work, go out with families and friends. In case somebody collapses on the road, do our people come ahead and help? They'll say, हमारी जनता आगे आके मदद करती है, हाँ या ना? Mostly नहीं मदद करती, हमने देखा है. People don't come ahead and help. Many reasons for that. सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, they're worried about the police. हमने मदद की, पुलिस स्टेशन जाना पड़ेगा, कौन झंझट करे, निकल जाओ अपना काम करो. सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम. सेकेंड रीजन, दे डोंट नो व्हाट टू डू. कि नहीं आता तो हम क्या ही मदद करें, जिसको आता है वो मदद कर ले. और भी वजह है, जैसे वे गेटिंग लेट टू गो टू वर्क और गेटिंग लेट टू गो आउट. सो मेनी रीजंस ऑफ नॉट हेल्पिंग, बट द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम इज वरीड अबाउट द पुलिस. So as you can see on the screen here, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways in 2016 has made the Good Samaritan law. Now what does the law say? The law says कि अगर आपने किसी की मदद की, you do not have to share your identification. आपका नाम, एड्रेस, नंबर देने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं है. And if you take somebody to the hospital, अभी पब्लिक क्यों नहीं लेके जाती हॉस्पिटल? वहां बोलेंगे 10,000 रुपया दो, फिर हम भर्ती करेंगे. So there also you do not have to pay anything. So do Google the law. The name is Good Samaritan Law. Find out more about it and go ahead and help. Second reason you don't know what to do is what you're going to learn today. Next. So if you can see on the screen here, एक आदमी गिरा पड़ा है. There are 10-15 people standing around you. They are not helping him because of those 3-4 reasons. They don't know what to do. या पुलिस का डर है. But one thing definitely the public does when they are standing in a crowd like this. And what is that? They take photographs. They make videos. रील बना के पोस्ट करना है सोशल मीडिया पे, बट मदद नहीं करनी है. So we do not want you all and the public to stand like this and stare. But go ahead and help. Why? Because every minute आप सोचते हो मदद करूं कि नहीं, his chances of survival decrease by 10%. That means आपने 10 मिनट सोचा, आदमी ही खत्म. You quickly have to go ahead, help the person and save the life. Next. So if you can see 3 people here, 3 of them had a cardiac arrest. First one is Christian Eriksen. He's a footballer of Denmark. He was playing on the field. I'm sure football lovers would have seen his match. He was on the field, he was playing, and he collapsed, had a cardiac arrest. But he was very lucky because he was not in our country. वहां पे डॉक्टर्स आए, quickly CPR किया, they used a defibrillator on him, and he revived and he's fine now. Second वाला के बारे में भी सुना होगा आपने. He was in an auditorium, he was singing. He felt a bit uncomfortable. He thought the AC is low. He did not go to the hospital. He went to his hotel and collapsed. Kalam Saab was giving a speech, and in that speech, he collapsed, had a cardiac arrest. But the reason for showing you this slide is, can you see their ages? Young, middle-aged, and old. That means cardiac arrest can happen to any age group. Man, woman, child. Earlier हम लोग सोचते थे 60-70 साल के हो गए तभी दिल का प्रॉब्लम होगा. Now every youngster has some heart issues. So it can happen to any age group, man, woman, child, and irrespective of fitness levels. अभी सोचिए पहला वाला कितना fit था. Obviously, before going to play, he would have done all his tests. Still, it happened to him. So cardiac arrest can happen to anyone, anytime, irrespective of age, gender, and fitness levels. This is the reason why everyone needs to learn. Next. So if you can see some people here on the screen, they all had a cardiac arrest, but they were revived by people like you all who are not from the medical field. One of them happened here in Bandra on Carter Road. He was survived by somebody who had been trained by us. Another person who you can see there, Mr. Subhash Joshi. This happened on Marine Lines railway station. We had a training program there. And after that, we had donated this machine there. A few days later, a passenger was walking on the railway station. He collapsed. The station master himself has gone up. He's done CPR, used this machine, and saved a life. So you can also save a precious life one day. Next. So in the beginning of the session, I had told you heart attack and cardiac arrest are two different things. Little more about it because helping the person in both situations is also different. So coming to a heart attack first, a heart is a muscle organ. It supplies blood to the various parts of the body through the coronary artery. Now this gets blocked over a period of time. Diabetes, cholesterol, smoking habits, and these blockages are called plaques. Now, when this gets completely blocked, blood doesn't flow freely to the heart. So the person gets chest pain, jaw pain. Now, assume you're in a function, घर में शादी है, सब मजे करे. जवान सा आदमी बोल रहा है, I'm not feeling well यार, छाती में दुख रहा है, एसिडिटी हो रहा है, उल्टी जैसे फीलिंग हो रहा है, लेफ्ट आर्म में पेन, नॉट फीलिंग वेल. क्या बोलोगे आप? शादी का माहौल है, यू वुड हैव हैड समथिंग फ्रॉम आउट. एक इनो ले लो, डाइजीन ले लो, नींबू पानी पियो, you'll feel okay. But remember, if somebody is having chest pain, fatigue, weakness, nausea, difficulty in breathing, rush him to the hospital. He could be having a heart attack. Don't mistake it for acidity. जांच करा के ले आओ. This is your heart attack. He's conscious. He's telling you he's not feeling well. Just rush him to the hospital. Now coming to a cardiac arrest, a heart that beats like this 60 to 100 beats per minute. बिजली का झटका लग गया, बॉल लग गया, पानी में डूब गया, दिल बंद, आदमी कोलैप्स. Now that only function is happening, wedding is happening, everybody is enjoying. Suddenly somebody comes in front of you and collapses. What will you do? You'll tap him like this. Hello, are you okay? Are you okay? He's not responding. You'll check whether he's breathing. He's not breathing as well. You'll think, ये तो आदमी खत्म. But he is in a cardiac arrest. He has 10-15 minutes of time and you have to help him. So, two different situations you need to understand. Heart attack, he's conscious, he's telling you he's not feeling well, he's getting chest pain, you're rushing him to the hospital. But in a cardiac arrest, he's collapsed in front of you, not breathing, not responding, and how to help him is what we're going to learn in the next 4 easy steps. So I hope all of you all have understood right now the difference between heart attack and cardiac arrest. So we are going to step number 1, where we are going to understand that the person who's collapsed in front of you has collapsed due to a cardiac arrest or some other reason. So assume somebody has collapsed in front of you. First thing you need to put the person on the floor. Zameen pe letana ekdam seedha. Then you tap both his shoulders hard and ask, are you okay? Like this. Hello, are you okay? Are you okay? Let me show it to you like this. So you're tapping both shoulders hard. Hello, are you okay? Are you okay? Here you do not have to give him love and affection. You're hitting him hard. You're shouting loudly. We're checking if he's responding. So we said, hello, are you okay? He's not responding. That means you've understood he's unconscious. Now you have to check whether he's breathing. So many different ways of checking if somebody is breathing. You can put your finger under the nose. You can check here. You can check the pulse. So many different ways of checking. They are all correct. But we're going to show you the fastest way of checking somebody's breathing. And that is by putting your hand on the abdomen of the person, pressing it for 10 seconds and checking if there's breathing. So unfortunately, your videos are not on, but you can put your videos on and do this with me. Or even if you're sitting in your homes or in your offices, you can just do this with me. Put your hand here on the abdomen. Press it a bit for 10 seconds and check for movement. So you'll be able to feel the abdomen going up and down. That means you know this person is breathing. So आपने हाथ रख दिया, check कर दिया, सांसें चल रही है. That means he's collapsed for some other reason. Fits है, sunstroke है, दारू पिए, just rush him to the hospital. But if there's no response and there's no breathing, that means you have recognized he's collapsed due to a sudden cardiac arrest. So, our first step, no response, no breathing, you have recognized a cardiac arrest. This is your step number one. आपने पहचान लिया. Now we are going to step number two. Second step, आपको बुलाना है ambulance. You're not a doctor, you need a doctor and ambulance. And अगर कोई doctor है भी vicinity, remember this collapse has happened out of hospital. कहीं सड़क पे, मॉल में, रेलवे स्टेशन, कहीं पे भी है. So you need medical help. So make sure you have saved in your phone emergency numbers. जहां आप रहते हो वहां के आसपास के हॉस्पिटल नंबर्स, जहां पे आप काम कर रहे हो वहां के आसपास के हॉस्पिटल नंबर्स आपके फोन में हमेशा होने चाहिए. रिमेंबर एन इमरजेंसी कैन हैपन एनीवेयर. Maybe you're at home, maybe you're at work. So emergency numbers need to be saved in your phone all time. And there's another number 108. Make sure you save that number as well. Sometimes you call a hospital, nobody picks it up, your phone laga nahi. You have an alternative number. Now remember when you call, it's a panic situation. आदमी घिरा पड़ा है, सब लोग टेंशन में है, you are also in tension. You may call and say, quickly send an ambulance. At that point of time, a ward boy will come with an ambulance and a stretcher. But in this situation, when you call, you need to call for a cardiac ambulance because every cardiac ambulance has a doctor as well as this machine. तो जरूरी है जब आप कॉल करें आप कार्डियक एम्बुलेंस ही बुलाएं. So two steps done. We have recognized a cardiac arrest and we've called for a cardiac ambulance. Now we are going to step number 3. तीसरे स्टेप में हम सीखेंगे CPR. So first of all, let us see कि कहाँ देना है ये बॉडी पे. So think of an imaginary cross on the body. दो निपल के बीच में जो सेंटर पॉइंट है यहाँ पे हम देंगे CPR और कार्डियक मसाज. So you can feel your body from the top. It's a hard sternum. Then there's a soft portion that goes in दो निपल के बीच में. This is called the lower sternum. Now remember the point will be the same if it's a man or a woman. अब आपको hand position दिखा रहे. So wherever you are in your offices or homes, do this with us. So put your dominant hand straight. अगर आप righty हो तो right hand, lefty हो तो left hand. Completely stretch out your hand, open up the fingers and interlock it with the other hand like this. So remember, this is your position for doing CPR. Your elbows are straight, your hands are interlocked and completely tight. And this portion, this is called the heel of the palm. The heel of the palm will come in this point between the two nipples. And how to do compressions, let's watch a small video. So if you can see here on the screen, we have placed the person on the floor, heel of the palm, center of the chest, hands are interlocked just like I showed you just now, and the person is ready to do compressions. Now, this compression needs to be done from the left hand side of the person or the right hand side, not from the head side, not from the leg side. So let's watch this.
First, get into position. Place the heel of one hand on the center of the chest. Put the heel of your other hand on top of the first. Follow along with the drum beat. Let's begin. Push straight down, hard. Push down at least 2 inches. Push at the rate of 100 to 120 compressions per minute. After each compression, let the chest come back up to its normal position. Keep your compressions going until the drum beat stops.
So can you see how he's doing it hard and fast? Elbow straight, pressure coming from the shoulders, heel of the palm, center of the chest, either from the left hand side or the right hand side of the person. Now, this compression needs to be done at the rate of 100 to 120 beats per minute. 120 beats per minute, going down 5 centimeters and recoiling. So, why this rhythm 100 to 120 beats? Because our heart pumps like this 1, 2, 3, 4. With the same rhythm, you're doing the compression 1, 2, 3, 4. So, what are we doing? His heart has stopped. And because the heart is stopped, blood is not going to the different parts of the body and to the brain. If it doesn't go to the brain in 3 minutes, the brain will go into a damaged condition. Person will go into a coma. 10 minutes, person is gone. We do not want this. So this heel of the palm becomes his heart. ये दिल जो बंद है ये हमारा हाथ बन जाता है उसका दिल. जैसे हमने हाथ रख दिया कंप्रेस करके ऊपर आते एवरी टाइम यू डू दिस blood from his heart is pushed to his brain, keeping his brain alive. Simple compression, but it supplies blood to the various parts of the body. But it's not easy to do it, however fit you are. Remember, person is on the floor, you're on your knees, you're giving the complete pressure from the shoulders. After some compressions, you will tire out. और अगर आप थक गए तो उसको फायदा नहीं, लेकिन करना जरूरी है. सो क्या करें? वन थिंग इज गुड इन आवर कंट्री. कोई भी कोलैप्स हो जाता है, यू हैव 10-15 पीपल स्टैंडिंग अराउंड यू, गिविंग यू फ्री एडवाइस. इसको जूता सुंगाओ, मुंह पे पानी फेंको, मोजा सुंगाओ, प्याज लेके आओ. वी हियर ऑल दीज थिंग्स. आपको बोलना है नहीं, आई नो व्हाट टू डू. एंड यू स्टार्ट द कंप्रेशंस, टेल एवरीबडी वॉच हाउ आई एम डूइंग. The moment you feel slightly tired, tell the person in front of you, now you take a turn and do this. You take a turn and do this. You take it. Let everybody do this turn by turn. जब दूसरा आदमी कर रहा है, check करो, he is doing it correctly. Call the ambulance, take some rest also. But doing this turn by turn is so important. लेकिन कब तक, till how long do you have to continue? So you're going to continue doing the compression still. One, he revives, opens his eyes, he starts breathing. You stop your compressions. Secondly, if your ambulance has arrived, which ambulance? Cardiac ambulance. Then you pass him on to the doctor. कि doctor आप ही संभालो. So you're going to continue doing this. Doctors have done this compression even for 1 hour and save somebody. So you're not going to decide, oh, 10 minutes we're doing this. No point, let it go. In a cardiac arrest, the person is gone. You have to bring him back to life by doing what you're doing today. So chest compression, center of the chest at the rate of 100 to 120 beats per minute, going down 5 centimeters and recoiling, doing this turn by turn till he revives or till your cardiac ambulance comes. Now let's watch another video where you're going to understand how the compression circulates the blood to the various parts of the body. Let's watch that.
So it is very important to push hard and push fast to build the pressure up, which keeps blood going to the brain. Pushing down at least 2 inches allows for the heart to be squeezed and blood to move out. Pushing at a rate of 100 to 120 compressions per minute is necessary to keep blood pumping.
So did you see simple compression, but how the blood is being circulated to the different parts of the body and to the brain? Now, what is the full form of CPR? Cardio, pulmonary resuscitation. Cardio मतलब दिल की बात है. Pulmonary means lungs. Resuscitation means revival. Now, all of us would have heard, ऐसे compression देने के time mouth to mouth resuscitation देना जरूरी. All of us have heard that कि मुंह से सांस देना है. नहीं भी हमने सुना है तो पिक्चर वगैरह में वही दिखाते. लेकिन आप सबको मुंह से सांस देने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं है. Remember, it's an unknown person. He may have pan in his mouth. He may have ulcers. He may have TB. So you're definitely not going to do mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. This is called hands-only CPR. This is enough to save the person. Okay? So remember also one more thing, when you're doing compressions, you could crack a rib because you're doing 5 centimeters down. So definitely there could be a chance that you crack a rib. But doing CPR is going to continue because rib fracture is a small thing. You will go to the hospital and get it done. But you're saving the life of the person. लाइफ चलेगी, वापस नहीं आने वाले. सो बंदा हॉस्पिटल जाके बोलेगा आपने मेरी हड्डी तोड़ी लेकिन जान बचाई. सो रिमेंबर, दिस इज द ओनली वे ऑफ हेल्पिंग दैट पर्सन टू गेट द पर्सन बैक टू लाइफ. So chest compression, center of the chest at the rate of 100 to 120 beats per minute, going down 5 centimeters and recoiling, doing this turn by turn till he revives or till your cardiac ambulance comes. So we've completed 3 steps. First of all, we've recognized a cardiac arrest. Secondly, we've called for a cardiac ambulance. And thirdly, we've learned CPR. Now we are going to step number 4, जहां पे हम सीखेंगे मशीन के बारे में. So this is called an AED, automated external defibrillator. It's called a shock machine. और अगर ये मशीन आपने कोई दूसरे कलर या शेप में देखा, do not worry, there are different manufacturers, but they all work the same way. So let me open it and show you from inside. So if you can see, the machine looks like this from inside. There's a pull lever. The moment I pull open the lever, it's going to tell me what to do step by step. So I'm going to do that. अभी मैंने इसको बंद किया आपको एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए, बट इफ एवर यू यूज द मशीन, कीप इट ऑन एट ऑल टाइम्स. ओके, सो जैसे आई हैव ओपनड इट, इफ यू कैन सी देयर आर टू स्टिकी पैड्स, दीस आर इलेक्ट्रोड्स. हर एक पैड के ऊपर पिक्चर दिया इसको कहाँ लगाना है. सो दिस वन, इफ यू कैन सी द एरो, it says here on the right side below the collarbone. This one says on the left side below the ribs. So जैसे पिक्चर में दिया है, I'm going to peel it off and attach it and show it to you. So simple peel off. Okay. So the moment I've put it on the pads on the body, it looks like this, and we're doing it as per the picture shown because the heart is in the center. तो जब shock लगेगा, दिल के through जाना जरूरी है. Now these pads have to be put on dry and bare skin. मतलब बारिश हो रही है, पसीना आ रहा है, so you need to just wipe it and attach it so that they stick properly. Secondly, you cannot put it on clothing because shock नहीं देगा. Now this is a problem because public place में कोई गिरा है. If it's a man, no issues, just open the shirt, put it up, attach it. The same thing can happen to a lady, and most ladies lose their lives because nobody wants to help them. तो क्या करे? The lady is wearing a sari, you can adjust the blouse and attach the pads. लेकिन अगर full suit है, तो box के अंदर there's a pair of scissors. All that you need to do is remove the pair of scissors, cut open this portion of the clothing and that portion of the clothing and attach the pads. पूरा कपड़ा निकालने की जरूरत नहीं. So modesty भी रहेगा, जान भी बचा लोगे. So we've attached the pads on dry and bare skin. Now let's listen to what the machine is saying.
Right pad, no one should touch the patient. Analyze it.
It's analyzing the heart rhythm of the person जिसके ऊपर आपने pads लगा दिए हैं.
No one should touch the patient. Stop or dry. Stay clear of patient. Hit the flashing orange button now. Deliver shock now.
So it's saying press this button to give the shock.
Hit the flashing orange button now.
So we're going to do that.
Deliver shock now. Shock delivered. Be sure the ambulance service has been called. It is safe to touch the patient. Start CPR.
So जैसे हमने pads attach किए, first of all the machine analyzed the heart. You have checked no response, no breathing. Machine is rechecking that. Once the machine checks that, the machine will decide उसको shock की जरूरत है कि नहीं. You are not going to decide that. If the machine feels shock is not required, machine will say shock not required. लेकिन machine को लगा shock की जरूरत है, that there was a button that was flashing. All that you need to do is press the button to deliver shock. But वो time पे उसको नहीं छूना है, सिर्फ button press करना है. Because shock आपको भी लग सकता है. So remember, do not touch him when delivering the shock, only press the button. Once he gets the jhatka, the machine says, now you can touch him and start CPR. So pads wahi rahenge, machine will also be on and you will continue CPR because the machine has asked you to do so. For 2 minutes, the machine is quiet, it allows you to do CPR. Then it goes into the next cycle. दोबारा उसका दिल check करेगी कि दूसरा shock की जरूरत है कि नहीं. Not necessary in one shock his heart may start pumping. He may require 2, 3, 5, 10 shocks. But how many shocks to give? Who's going to decide that? The machine. All that you need to do is just listen to the prompts and follow what the machine is saying. Machine is made for your use. This machine works on battery. Battery life is for 5 years. After that, you can replace the battery, continue to use the machine. सिर्फ ये जो pads है, ये one time use है. Every time you use it, you need to change it. There's always an extra set in the box. The price of the machine is around 90,000 rupees. But ये machine आपको अपने घर में रखने वाली चीज नहीं है. You're not going to use it every day. It's supposed to be kept at public places, railway stations, police stations, airports, gyms. How many videos we have seen somebody is gymming out, come out and collapse. So this machine, if it is kept at all public places, our country will be a safer place to be. We do not sell these machines. Revive Heart Foundation is only into training sessions and our training sessions are free. So in case you would like to purchase this machine, you can go onto Google or Amazon and you can purchase a machine. There are different manufacturers. You can call them, they'll come give you a demo and you can purchase the machine. So these were our 4 steps. Let's revise them quickly. First step, we are recognizing a cardiac arrest. So no response, no breathing. Once we've recognized that, we know the person is in a cardiac arrest. Secondly, we have to call for a cardiac ambulance. Thirdly, we have to do CPR at the rate of 100 to 120 beats per minute, going down 5 centimeters and recoiling. And fourth step, we learn to use the AD machine. Now we're going to show you another small video, but before that, 2, 3 important points. If somebody has collapsed in the middle of the road, railway tracks, fire hazard, make sure you take the person to the side of the road to a safe place and then only do what you have learned today. Remember, your safety is very important. Secondly, it needs to be a witness fall. Somebody has collapsed in front of you, or somebody says this person has just collapsed. Is when you're going to do this. If 2, 3 hours have passed, no point in doing this. And it could happen in the house. Remember, many people get a cardiac arrest in their sleep. So make sure you put the person down on a hard surface because your spongy bed will not give you the correct impression for CPR. So let's watch the video and then we'll take it forward. Ganesh, let me have that slide before this. So I'd just like to bring to your notice that, even Zomato drivers and Rapido drivers have also been taught CPR. So just some information that I would like to share with all of you. Okay, let's see the video.
आपको याद है ना हम लोग उस दिन शादी में गए थे और आपको मेरी वो फ्रेंड याद है ना सुनीता कल सेम कॉस्ट्यूम ना मुझे भी अपने लिए चाहिए अंकल याद है आपको मैंने बोला था अंकल 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 प्लीज हेल्प मी प्लीज हेल्प मी ओह माय गॉड
चलो देखते हैं
अंकल प्लीज आप एम्बुलेंस को कॉल करेंगे
एक मिनट मैं देखूं। हेलो, क्या आप ठीक हैं? हेलो, इनको कार्डियक अरेस्ट आया हुआ है। आप जाके शॉक मशीन लेकर आइए, तब तक मैं इनको हार्ट मसाज देता हूँ।
Notice this position, elbow straight, pressure coming from the shoulders, heel of the palm, center of the chest.
ये बॉक्स यहीं रख दीजिए और जैसे मैं कर रहा हूँ हार्ट मसाज, आप वैसे ही करिए।
No time waste. One person is opening the machine, attaching the pads. The other person is continuing with CPR. Pads are being attached as per the picture shown. Machine has prompted a shock. और दिल को झटका लगने की वजह से the person is come into consciousness. He started breathing. You have saved a precious life. Till then, your cardiac ambulance has arrived. Remember, he needs to go to the hospital for medical treatment, even if he has revived. And 3 weeks later, after complete medical treatment, he's now leading a normal life. Young and old, cardiac arrest can happen to anyone, anytime. And every minute you think, should I help or not, his chances of survival decrease by 10%. So go ahead, help people, save lives. This is our social media handles. If you're on social media, do follow us. This is our website. We have a lot of survivor videos, celebrity videos on our website. This is our number to contact us for free training sessions. The video that you just saw is available on YouTube. Watch the video, share the video. Many people's lives have been saved just by watching even the video. So do help us in this awareness program by spreading this knowledge. and helping us to get more training sessions as well. Now we have another video which has been made by this Bollywood actor Ajay Devgan. He's helped us in spreading this awareness. So let's watch that.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं अजय देवगन। आपने हाल ही में कितनी बार सुना होगा कि किसी की मृत्यु अचानक कार्डियक अरेस्ट से हो गई। अगर कभी आपके सामने कोई अचानक कोलैप्स हो जाए या बेहोश हो जाए तो सबसे पहले आप चेक कीजिए कि वो सांस ले रहे हैं या नहीं। अगर उनकी सांस बंद है और वो रिस्पॉन्स नहीं दे रहे हैं तो ये एक कार्डियक अरेस्ट है। अब आपको क्या करना चाहिए? सबसे पहले नजदीकी हॉस्पिटल में फोन करें और एक कार्डियक एम्बुलेंस बुलवा लें। अगर भीड़ जमा हो गई है तो बोलिए कि आपको CPR आता है और सबसे मदद की रिक्वेस्ट करें। उस व्यक्ति को एक हार्ड सरफेस पे लेटाएं। अगर आसपास कहीं AED मशीन हो तो मंगवा लें। अब आप जल्द से जल्द इस पोजीशन में आकर अपने हाथ ऐसे जोड़ें। पेशेंट के चेस्ट के बीचों बीच कंप्रेशन शुरू करें। आपका यही कंप्रेशन उनके खून को ब्रेन तक पहुंचाने का काम करेगा। याद रहे, कंप्रेशन 100 या 120 बार प्रति मिनट की स्पीड से करें। हर बार छाती को 2 इंच तक दबाएं और ऊपर आने दें। अगर AED मशीन आ जाए तो उसे चालू करें और पैड्स को पेशेंट पर लगाएं। मशीन के इंस्ट्रक्शंस को सुनें।
Place pad. No one should touch the patient.
और शॉक दें।
Shock advised.
ये मशीन गलत शॉक नहीं दे सकती। आप चिंता ना करें, पेशेंट को नुकसान नहीं होगा। एम्बुलेंस के आने तक CPR चालू रखें। अगर पेशेंट को होश आ जाए तो CPR देना रोक दें। हमारे देश में रोज कितनी जानें कार्डियक अरेस्ट से जा रही हैं। CPR से अगर इनमें से कुछ जानें भी बच जाए तो और क्या चाहिए? इससे बड़ा पुण्य क्या हो सकता है? नमस्कार।
Understood how important it is and how easy it is to do CPR. It's a simple thing, but it can save a life. Ganesh, can we have the previous slide? So we have launched this Revive CPR app. It's available on Play Store. It's completely free of charges. Do download it in your phone and keep it for an emergency. Whatever you've learned today, everything is in the app, step-by-step instructions on how to do CPR. Finding the nearest AED near you. The coordinates of the AEDs pan-India is available on the app. So we should always be prepared for an emergency. हम कहीं नहीं चाहेंगे कि आपके साथ emergency हो, but we should always be prepared for an emergency. So download the app, keep it in your phone, and use it in times of emergency. So we'd like to show you one more video here of Ananya Pandey, who has done, who was our campaign ambassador this year, and she has made a small video for the app. Let's watch that.
Hi, I'm Ananya Pandey, the ambassador for the National Cardiac Arrest Awareness Campaign 2025. I'm sure you've heard of cardiac arrest and the sudden nature by which it occurs. If a person suffers a cardiac arrest, immediate CPR and the use of an AED machine are the best shot at survival. And the most important thing is that they would need this help in less than 3 minutes. Usually a hospital or a doctor is not immediately available. So what can we do as bystanders? First of all, make sure you've downloaded the Revive CPR app. Look through the features and familiarize yourself with them. In case you see a person collapse suddenly, immediately check if they are breathing and responding to your voice. Start the app and follow the step-by-step instructions on it. Once you've identified a cardiac arrest, start CPR immediately if you know how. If not, follow the instructions that the app gives you. Place your hands in the center of the person's chest and start compressions going down 5 centimeters. Do this at the rate of 100 to 120 compressions per minute. This app will ask you to call an ambulance, which you must. Ask people around you to help. On the app, you can locate an AED nearest to you. Most malls, airports, hotels, hospitals, etc. will have an AED. Ask someone to bring the machine and follow the simple instructions to shock the patient. This machine is meant for bystanders and will analyze the rhythm before delivering a shock. So So don't worry, you cannot harm the patient with this machine. If the patient starts responding, stop CPR and wait for the ambulance to arrive. If not, continue CPR and the use of the shock machine as advised by the app. Remember, it might be their only chance of survival. Your efforts can give them a fair chance of revival. So don't wait. Learn CPR. Download the Revive CPR app. Be aware of the simple life-saving skill and be a hero by saving a life someday. Believe me, it's possible if we get together as a country. India will soon become more and more cardiac safe.
So what you have learned today is a life-saving skill. As I said in the beginning of the session, you can actually save somebody's life, and many lives have been saved by this simple technique. So don't keep the knowledge to yourself. Spread the knowledge among your family members, among your friends. Tell everybody such an important thing it is. But when you're teaching somebody, don't tell anybody, come on, lie down. I want to do CPR on you. Because CPR is not done on the person who is breathing. This is the reason why the person who was having a heart attack, he was telling you he's not feeling well. He's getting chest pain. You rushed him to the hospital. But somebody who's collapsed in front of you, not breathing, not responding, is only when you went ahead and did CPR. So understand the difference. Go ahead, help people, and save lives. Can we have the next slide, Ganesh? Next. So, as I said in the beginning of the session, we do not charge anything for our training sessions. In Mumbai, we do it even live and we do online sessions as well. So, in case you all would like to make any voluntary contributions, this is the please see on your screen, you can get all the details. This is where you can contribute. There's no small amount for this. So we'd be happy for that. And also, as I said earlier, do spread this awareness. We have our number. You can take our number from Hetal or from anybody else, or you can even Google us. We are Revive Heart Foundation. Do contact us. We will come there with our team if you're in Mumbai and bring our mannequins as well so that you get hands-on practice as well. So with this, we come to the end of our session. I'll move it ahead and give it to Abhishek. Ganesh, next.
Thank you so much, Sumaya ji. I think for an exceptionally clear and practical session. I think the session has been very engaging with clever use of videos and your messaging. And I think the repetition of the messaging is to make sure that, people have a takeaway. CPR is a skill that any professional can learn, and the difference it makes in a real emergency is immeasurable. Today's participants now carry the ability to act with confidence in the most critical moments, and that's a powerful ability and responsibility. At WCI, Wellness Community India, our commitment is to help organizations and professionals build ecosystems that strengthen resilience, clarity, and sustained performance. So if any of your organizations or committees would like to explore structured wellness and capability building programs, from CPR to ergonomics to mental support, preventive health, and workplace readiness, our team would be very happy to help you and collaborate. On behalf of WCI and the Revive Heart Foundation, thank you once again for being part of this session. I want to now hand over to Jugalji for any Q&A.
Yes, it was really amazing session, ma'am. And we have received few of the question from participant. I will share the same with you. There is a one question from attendees that I have heard about some people get order not to do CPR since it is against the natural death. Is it true?
So, unfortunately, this is a myth that, everybody actually dies due to a cardiac arrest. This is the normal thing. But if it happens in an elderly age, or somebody's ill, somebody's in the hospital, you still can understand. What we are hearing nowadays is even a 16-year-old and a 17-year-old getting a cardiac arrest, which is really not heard of in earlier days. The reasons for this could be many. The main cause that we can think that the age group has gone down so much is the pandemic, which has affected us. Unfortunately, COVID as well as the vaccine. So we are looking at this age group. Earlier, it used to be 70, 80-year-old who had cardiac arrest due to some long time, illness like a diabetes or a cholesterol high level. But nowadays, the age group has gone down so much. So even 40, 50-year-old, somebody is in the gym, somebody is taking a walk, somebody is singing a song, somebody is dancing. We just saw a video of somebody hit a six and collapsed. So we are talking of this age group where bystanders do not know what to do at that moment. So if this knowledge is spread at a wide scale, more people will learn, and the people who is next. See, you cannot help yourself in this situation. You need the person next to you to know this. So that is the reason why we say everyone over the age of 15 should know this. That is only when this movement will be successful. Once it comes at the school level, at the college level, people will know more about it and many lives will be saved.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And there is another few questions. So next question is, can you crack a rib while doing CPR?
So this is a very important thing which, we say if you're doing correct CPR, I would underline correct and make it in bold. If you're doing correct CPR, you will crack a rib, because that's the only way that you're going to go down to do the compressions and reach the heart. If you're going to do shallow compressions, you're never going to reach the heart and you're never going to be doing successful CPR. So you will crack a rib. But it's a very small thing. It's not कि दिल को चुभ के और नुकसान पहुंचाएगी, थोड़ी सी क्रैक हो सकती है. And it's a simple thing to go to the hospital and get it fixed. But you are saving a life. That is what we say. If you stand and do nothing, the person is gone. You have to act. आपको करना ही है, डरना नहीं है. तो अगर रिप भी क्रैक हो गया, आपको समझ में आएगा. When you're doing CPR, you may hear a slight crack. Do not bother. If you stop, person is gone, his life is gone. हॉस्पिटल में जाके बोलेगा आपने मेरी रिब तोड़ी लेकिन जान बचाई. So remember, saving the life over everything. Good questions coming up, Jugal. Carry on.
Yes. So next question is, please explain if child infant CPR is different than adult.
So that's another very important thing. Today, what you have learned, what I've explained to you is adult CPR. But the same thing can happen to infants as well as children. So if it's an infant below 2 years, if it's a very tiny baby, just a newborn, you'll hold the baby like this and do CPR with 2 fingers in the center of the chest. While if the infant is slightly big below 2 years, you can also do it with 2 fingers in the center of the chest. 2 years to 12 years, you will do it the same way that we saw today, compressions, but you will go down only 4 centimeters. And what you've learned today is adult CPR, that is go down 5 centimeters. Also, I will tell you about the AD machine. As you saw the pads, in AD machine, you get 2 sets of pads. One is for a child and one is for an adult. So if the child is below 12 years, you will use the child pads. If the person is above 12 years, you will use the adult pad. So CPR for all infant, child, adults. Similarly, the AD machine to be used for all age groups.
Okay. So hope this answer your question. And the next question is, can anything be done in case of a heart attack?
Okay, so this is a good question. What we've learned today is, doing CPR, that is especially for a cardiac arrest, because obviously in this situation, the person is not conscious, he's not breathing. You cannot give him anything by mouth. No medicine, no water. You just have to do CPR. But for a person who's having a heart attack, he's having chest pain and you're rushing him to the hospital. Before that, you can give him an aspirin or a Disprin, which is a dissolvable tablet. Just take a little bit of water, dissolve 1 tablet in it, let the person drink it and rush him to the hospital. This is a blood thinner. It will give you more time to reach the hospital. Similarly, we have heard about the tablet sorbitate, where people say keep it under your tongue. So that we do not advise, because by putting that tablet under the tongue, the pressure drops. And if already the person is having a low BP, he may not even survive the hospital. So avoid giving sorbitate unless the person is already taking it by doctor prescription. Always stick to an aspirin or a Disprin, which is a dissolvable tablet. Put it in a little bit of water, let it dissolve, let the person drink it, and then rush him to the hospital. Also, I'll add here, sometimes a severe case of acidity or an anxiety attack will give you the same symptoms like a heart attack. So you may rush the hospital and it may not be a heart attack. It may just be an anxiety attack, or it may be a severe case of acidity. At that point of time, your aspirin and Disprin is not going to give you any side effects. नुकसान नहीं पहुंचाएगी वो. So that's why it's always safer to give an aspirin or a Disprin in a little bit of water and then rush the person to the hospital if you're getting the symptoms of a heart attack. I specify heart attack, not in a cardiac arrest. Yes, Jugal.
Yes. So next question is, please tell about the initial resuscitation before starting the CPR procedure.
Please, I didn't get the question. Please.
Please tell about the initial resuscitation before starting the CPR procedure.
So before starting the CPR, you have to recognize, as we said, so no response and no breathing. That's what you have to check. And once you've checked for no response and no breathing, you immediately start CPR. Now, it could be a situation where you've checked there's no response and you've kept your hand and you've not found any breathing. So you've assumed it's a cardiac arrest, but yes, there is a shallow breathing. The person is not in a cardiac arrest and you've missed the breathing. What will happen? You will start doing CPR. The person is not in a cardiac arrest. He will get up with the pain. Remember, it's very painful. You're going down 5 centimeters, it's quite painful. So the person may just get up from his sleep and say, "What are you doing?" May even slap you. Pain ho raha hai mujhe. Aap kya kar rahe ho? So don't mistake it. If you cannot make out, if you kept your hand, there is shallow breathing, you've not recognized it, you're not going to do anything wrong by starting CPR because the person will get up or at least he'll moan and groan. So don't miss the opportunity. If you just check immediately, no response, no breathing, immediately start CPR so that you waste least time and you have more chances of getting the person survived at the maximum heart capacity.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. And there is one more question. Can we perform CPR on person who has just drowned?
Okay. So that's a very good question. So as I said, CPR can be done on everybody who's not breathing, not responding. Let me come to all the situations. You open the shirt, there's a bypass surgery, there's a stent, there's a pacemaker implant, medical patch, or there's a pregnant woman, or there's an accident case, or a drowning case, as you had it. In any situation, two things you have to check: no response and no breathing, and start CPR. But in a drowning situation, remember the water has gone into the lungs as well as the stomach. So when you start CPR, water will start coming out from his nose and his mouth. So at that point of time, now assume this is the person you just take him out from the swimming pool or from the sea. He's already inhaled a lot of water. So once you start doing CPR, water will start coming out from his nose and mouth. Turn him to the side. Let the fluid come out from the nose and mouth. Again, make the person straight. Again, start CPR. Again, the water will start coming. Turn the person to the side. Let him vomit. Let the water come out. Again, make the. So this has to keep on continuing in case of a drowning situation because the water has to come out as well. So if you continue with the person lying straight, he will aspirate again. So the moment the water starts coming out, turn him to the side, let it come out, again make him straight and start CPR. So this has to keep on as a cycle continuing.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. We are getting more and more questions, so I will ask that. How to know if a person going to get cardiac arrest? Any initial symptoms?
So this is a very unfortunate thing that for a cardiac arrest, as you have seen in many videos, somebody is happily singing on the mic and suddenly collapse. Somebody is playing and suddenly collapse. So there are really not any much symptoms like you have in a heart attack. For a heart attack, you're getting chest pain, you're getting nausea for a week, you're getting acidity. So it's giving you that kind of symptoms. But we as doctors feel that it's your body and your body will give you symptoms. So, in case you're living on the second floor, you every day you climb up and go, you don't feel anything. Suddenly you're feeling tiredness, you're feeling uneasy, you're not getting good sleep in the night, or some kind of symptoms, you're getting a jaw pain, or you're getting, some acidity again. Some kind of symptoms definitely your body is giving you. So you have to recognize that it's your body, recognize the unusual symptoms that your body is giving you, and go and get a checkup. But yes, there are no proper symptoms like a heart attack, unfortunately, in a cardiac arrest. It's a snap. It's like, it's sudden cut of electricity to the heart and the heart just stops.
Okay. So next question is, ma'am, what can we do as a team to make sure we are prepared for sudden health incidents?
Okay. So health incidents are many, right? From a snake bite to a heart attack to, even a cut or sometimes like that. So medical emergencies are many. The basics are there. Basically, you should know what to do in a fracture. Just, keep the leg straight, just bandage it up, make sure you go to the hospital. In a snake bite, you have to tie the portion if the person is bleeding from somewhere. So these kind of simple tips, we can all learn this from the internet. The main thing over here we emphasize on CPR is because that has to be done immediately. In 3 minutes, your brain starts dying. So you have to do CPR, and that's the main thing that we teach. All other emergencies are there. Now I can also teach you choking. Now, what happens if somebody is drinking water and it just goes down your windpipe, you start coughing, so you cough it out, the water comes out. But the same thing if you are eating, something big gets stuck in your throat. Could be a chicken piece or could be bread or whatever. The person is gasping. He cannot even talk. So the person in front of you is noticing that this person is making kind of, symptoms that I'm not able to breathe. I'm choked. So what will you do? You will hold the person like this from the back. Your hand position has to be like this, and you have to thrust upwards. Okay, let me show you like this. You have to thrust upwards. Press the person here just below just above your belly button and thrust upwards. So this will make the thing, whatever stuck into the throat, come out. It will come out. And as soon as it comes out, you have to check because this could cause a cardiac arrest because lack of flow of oxygen. So if the person is not breathing and not responding after this, you start CPR, but immediately hold the person like this and thrust upwards. And same thing can happen to a child. That time you will go on your knees and hold the child from like this and thrust upwards. So whatever has stuck, will this upward thrust, very tightly, it will come out. And then if the person is in a cardiac arrest, start CPR. So these are a few things which we all know. So once you come to the end of the session, I'll just give you a few tips of how to, keep our heart healthy as well. But let's finish the questions first.
Yeah. Thank you.
If I may also add, Jugalji,
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
on this
yes, yes,
point, right?
please.
At WCI, we also run certain awareness and preventive medical aid sessions. And typically these are for workplaces, offices, branches. And sometimes what we have learned is that sometimes awareness of any sort of a situation is much more helpful as compared to, let's say, panic and stress. So, we had a recent incident where we were doing something for the main office. They realized that this will be very useful for their sales team, which actually works from remote parts of India, right? And they asked us to run this program. So if there is anybody who is interested in this sort of a program, or you're somebody who raised this question is interested in running this as a formal process, reach out to WCI. We would be also happy to help you in this process.
Thank you so much, sir. So next question is, what till now we have come across what we have to do when there is a issue of medical emergency. The next question is, what should we not do when someone is unconscious and not breathing normally?
Okay, so what you should not do
Yes.
when somebody is not breathing and he's unconscious. So basically, he's in a cardiac arrest. What you should not do? You should definitely not stand and watch. You should definitely not call the ambulance and wait for the ambulance to come. You have to act. Remember, there's nothing worse you can do to a person who's already gone. So when you see the person, he's not breathing, he's unconscious, that means he's gone actually. He's knocking the doors of heaven. You have to bring him back to life. So the thing that you shouldn't do is stand and stare. You have to go ahead and help. You have to do CPR. There's nothing wrong you can do in CPR. Now, if you're doing CPR here in the center of the chest, you can do it half inch here, 1 inch here, 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Doesn't make a difference. You may attach the pad slightly up, slightly down. It doesn't make a difference. You may go down instead of 5 centimeters, 4.5 or 6. It doesn't make a difference. You have to do it. That is important. You have not to stand and stare. Darna nahi hai, karna hai, because that is the only way to save the person. If you stand and do nothing, person is gone. So why let the person go? Nobody should die without resuscitation. It doesn't mean that if you try on 7 people, you help people survive 10 people. You may not save all 10, but at least you have tried. कोशिश तो करनी है बचाने के लिए. If you don't do anything, person is gone. So remember, the worst thing you can do in a situation like that is do nothing. आपको करना ही है, डरना नहीं है.
That is really important message in today's era, because all people are just looking at the incidents and capturing the selfies and posting the videos on social media. So that is the worst thing to do, I think. So yes, we'll go ahead with the next question, ma'am. How long should CPR be continued?
Okay. So this is a very tricky question कि हम कितना time तक करें. So doctors have done it even for 1 hour and saved somebody. But once, as if you see our steps, you recognize the cardiac arrest. Second step is you call for help. You call for an ambulance. If you're alone at home, you will call your neighbors. So your second step is always call for help. So you've called for an ambulance. Third step is you're starting with CPR. So you're going to continue CPR till your person revives. Either he revives, he opens his eyes, he starts breathing. You stop your CPR. Secondly, till your ambulance has come, you will continue CPR. As I said, doctors have done it for an hour and saved somebody. And अकेले की बस की बात नहीं है, as I said, you cannot continue doing it alone because you get tired and it's not effective. So ask the people around you to help. Ask those who are around you. You will always have in our country like this 10, 15 people stand around you. So ask people who are around you that, you please help, you please help. Guide them while they are doing it. While somebody else is doing it, tell them press harder, go down, go a little bit here. Fix your hands like this. So keep guiding them. But continue doing it till he revives himself or till your medical help has come. You have to continue it. Now, you could be in a situation where your medical help is never going to come. If you're in the interiors of our country, कई कई जगह पे एम्बुलेंस भी नहीं है. You have no choice but to take the person to the hospital. Here we are saying you continue CPR, wait for the ambulance, but you may be in a place there's no ambulance going to come to you. You have to take the person to the hospital. So what do? Take a big car or a van, make the person lie down and continue CPR till you reach the hospital so that blood circulation hota rahe and the person doesn't get brain dead. What is the point in reaching the hospital, being alive and being brain dead? So if you continue CPR, blood circulation is going on, not to the extent that your own heart is pumping, but enough to keep the brain alive. So that is your intention, to keep your brain, the person's brain alive by doing CPR and doing circulation of blood.
So next question is, ma'am, can CPR revive every patient? Means what is the success ratio of CPR?
So only by CPR, we say the success ratio is about 30 to 40%. With the AED machine, it is about 80%. But yes, it's as I said earlier, it's not necessary that if you've done CPR on 10 people, you're going to save all 10 because there could be other complications as well. So, but trying and helping the person revive is your motto. At that point of time, you are the doctor, you are the hospital, you are everything. So you have to help the person revive. So chances 30 to 40% with CPR, 80% with the AD machine. But definitely you should try and do CPR. We have to be, as individuals, as bystanders, go ahead and help and not be scared. You see, in other countries, everybody knows CPR. At every 500 meters, you'll find an AED machine there. And people are not scared to do anything. But हमारे देश में we are always scared. पुलिस का डर है और कुछ हो जाएगा उसका डर है. So we don't help people. That myth has to go. That if I do something और कुछ हो जाएगा. If I help, you have the Good Samaritan law to help you. We are also training police personnel pan India. So they are the ones who are also going to come and help you to do CPR in a situation like this. So you have to remove that myth that if I do something और कुछ हो जाएगा. जान जाने से और क्या होगा? So you are going to understand that I'm going to do CPR and I'm only going to get the person back to life. नहीं किया तो आदमी खत्म. वो आपको समझना है.
Yes. So there are two questions related to AED machine. If the AED I procure doesn't work, then what should be the helpline available to us?
Okay. And what's the second question?
Second is, in case if the AED machine is not available, can I use an available wire?
Oh, this is a very important question, which I definitely mention in all my training sessions. That remember, this AED machine gives a measured shock. It gives between 120 to 220 joules. 120 has to be given, 220 has to be given, और बीच में देना है वो machine decide करता है depending on the heart condition. What we do in hospitals is we check the heart condition and decide how much shock is to be given. But since this is made for non-medicos, this machine is made in such a way that it analyzes the heart and decides कितना shock देना है. So definitely if the machine is not there with you, you cannot use a live wire because वो लगाने से आदमी वैसे ही खत्म हो जाएगा. So you are not supposed to use a live wire. Machine है तो machine ही use करना है. Machine नहीं है then continue CPR turn by turn till he revives or till your cardiac ambulance comes. Now I come to your first question that what if the AD machine doesn't work? हमने तो लगा दिया हमारे ऐप में इतने सारे जगह पे है कि AD machines available है but we go to use the machine and वो टाइम पे machine नहीं चल रहा है. So remember wherever these machines are placed, they are placed at organizations where they take responsibility of this AED machine. Like we've put them in railway stations in the station master's office, या police stations है, या malls है, या gyms है. तो हर जगह जहाँ पे ये AED machine लगी है, all AED machines look like this. And if you can see, there is a small glass here, जहाँ पे green light flicker होते रहता है. Now, if there's ever a machine problem, technical problem agar hai, this green light will turn to red. It will start flashing red. So wherever the AEDs are placed, the person who's in charge of the machine every day is passing up and down will be checking that the green light is always flicking. अगर green light कभी red में हो गया, immediately you call the technician. Like there are different companies of the AED machine. There is a Philips, there's a Schiller, there is a Zoll machine. So whenever the machine is put at the back, there is a place जहाँ पे card रहेगा with the information of who to call in case of the technical problem. So अगर आपका light कभी red हो गया, immediately turn the box and see the number, call them. They will come and check the machine and do whatever is needed. You're on mute, Sejugal.
Sorry. So there are few more questions.
Sure.
I will go ahead. Will giving CPR would do more harm than leaving the victim as is and taking him to hospital? If hospital is nearby, whether CPR is required?
So unfortunately, this is the problem. We think कि hospital 2 मिनट के दूरी पे है, गाड़ी में बिठा के लेके जाओ hospital, it will be much better than doing CPR. No, that 2 minutes also will cause a brain dead or will make the person lose their life. So do CPR there and wait for your medical help to come. भले hospital 2 मिनट के दूरी पे है. But as I said, if you're in a place जहाँ पे आपको ही लेके जाना है hospital, then make sure you continue CPR all the way till you reach the hospital. I'll just add one small instance here. There was a couple who had gone with their father to Manali and they were there for a holiday and the father had a cardiac arrest there in Manali. Both of them had learned CPR. They put the father in a car. The driver was there, of course. Between husband and wife, they continued CPR on the father turn by turn till they reached Chandigarh and they saved the life of the father. There was another instance from Mumbai to Pune where somebody was going with her father. There was a young girl. At the food court on the way, they stopped for lunch, and while eating, the father just collapsed, had a cardiac arrest. She had not even learned CPR like how you all have learned today. All that she had seen is that video that we have made of CPR. And she said, I need to save my father. She said, I just started doing CPR. I don't remember whether I did it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm not sure whether my position was there, but I was doing it in the center of the chest. And her father revived. They brought him back here to a hospital and he is fine and he's doing well. So that has to be in our mind कि मुझे करना ही, I have to save this precious life. वो अगर हमारे मन में है तो हम जान बचा ही लेंगे. Let me tell you that.
Yes. So next question can be answered by Sumaya ma'am, Abhishek sir, both of you. How can we organize similar session for our teams or offices?
So basically, I'll go first
you?
and
Okay,
of
yeah,
course,
yeah.
chip in. I think, for we at WCI would be available. Our email address is very simple. You can either contact us directly from connect@wci.org.in, or you can reach out to anybody in the ICAI team who have our contact details, and we would be happy to help in any other form. So, Mayaji, I think you have also shared your details in the presentation, but please go ahead and repeat.
Ganesh, can you just put the slide again? So as I said, here in Mumbai, we also do live sessions where we take our team and our mannequins and go there. And we have this whole session over there. We have question answers and then we have hands-on practice as well. So you can contact us directly as well. We are collaborating with WCI, but you can also contact us directly. These are our details. And out of Mumbai, of course, we also do online sessions. So whatever it is, both ways, you can either contact them or contact us. We are all in the same team who would like to help to spread the awareness.
Thank you so much. And there are 2-3 general questions. That
Sure.
what simple
Ganesh, you
daily
can put it
habits?
off.
Sorry.
Yes. And I told him you can switch off the slide. Yes.
What simple habits at the workplace can reduce the heart risk?
Why only workplace? I'd like to ask who asked this question. Why workplace only? At home also you should have some good habits, right? So yes, let me come to that. We have to take care of our heart so that we are away from heart attacks as well as cardiac arrest. So kaise kare? First of all, let us understand to take care of our heart, what we eat is very important. जो हम खाते हैं उसके ऊपर ध्यान देना चाहिए, जैसे घर का खाना, your dal, roti, sabzi is the best food ever. Avoid your Zomato and Swiggy. Stick to home food. If you're a non-vegetarian, make sure आपके प्लेट में 80% vegetables होना चाहिए, 20% non-veg हो सकता है. Hydrate your body. Remember, पानी पीना इतना जरूरी. 70% of our body is made up of water. But पानी कब पीना चाहिए? पूरे दिन में, not just after a meal. So make sure an hour before your meal you have a glass of water. See how much it helps you in digestion. Change your habits from having tea and coffee, shift to green tea, herbal tea, chas. ये सब चीज में हमें shift होना चाहिए, so that tea, coffee, especially with sugar, is extremely harmful. If you're smoking, completely stop any kind of smoking, whether it's vape or whatever. Please do not smoke. It's extremely bad for the heart. Regular checkup. हम कब checkup करते हैं? जब हमें कुछ problem है. Once in a year, you have to have a full body checkup, especially if you're the age of, see, earlier we used to say 50 plus, now we have come out to 30 plus. If you're 30 plus, once in a year, full body checkup. Each hospital has their own health checkup packages. You can choose any one, which includes a basic ECG, 2D echo, a stress test, lipid profiles, all these things. Agar aapne kiya once in a year, it's good to keep everything under control. If you have diabetes or cholesterol or pressure, make sure you take the medication. मिथ था पहले कि एक बार आपने गोली शुरू किया, पूरा लाइफ यू हैव टू टेक इट. दैट्स अ मिथ. It doesn't happen. If it comes under control, doctors themselves will stop the tablet. But please take the tablet wherever necessary. Moderate exercise. It doesn't mean you go to the gym and spread 5-6 hours. आपको करने की जरूरत नहीं है. They give you some mixtures, protein shakes. Please ask your doctor before you take that. ये बहुत हानिकारक है बॉडी के लिए. So please check with your doctor before you take anything which has been prescribed to you by your gym trainers. Moderate exercise, little bit of jogging, good walking is good for the body. Now, stress is the biggest cause of the problem. How to reduce stress? घर से निकलते ऑफिस पहुंचने तक, वापस आने तक, घर में भी इतना सारा स्ट्रेस है. Include yoga in your life. Do meditation. Remember, these things help you. So these are simple tips which we already know. बस हमें करना है. So just concentrate. Give yourself half an hour of yoga in a day. अपने लिए थोड़ा time दो. So that you can spend, you can have something for yourself. थोड़ा meditation करो. Have a stress-free life थोड़ा सा. And I'm sure you will keep your heart and yourself happy.
Yeah, I think
I
you
think
answered.
having grown up in a family of chartered accountants, I've seen a lot of stress and everything within my family. My father is also a chartered accountant. So, one of the biggest advice that he used to give us, saying that, either if you're an article student or even if you are after completing a chartered accountant, I think the simplest advice is sleep. One of the biggest things that we miss out on. So that is one area which I would also advise this particular lot to focus on. sometimes the पुराने जमाने में बोलते थे 7-8 घंटे तो सोना ही चाहिए, but there is actual
Important.
science
8 hours
behind
of
that.
sleep is very important. Yes.
Correct. So
Yes, that's insightful. That what are the habits we have to follow because which we are here. Otherwise, what will happen? We will go on working and leaving our physical health and mental health beside, which will in turn lead to stress and any disease or any condition where we will not be able to enjoy the things which we have earned till now. It's
correct.
very much
Yeah.
necessary. So there are two more questions left. Uh, what role does regular health screening play in preventing the emergencies?
Okay. So as I said, regular checkups, keeping yourself healthy, mind healthy, body healthy. We've all heard that. So that's very important. So that keep yourself a stress-free life is the most important thing, which I think is the most difficult thing to keep a stress-free life because आजकल के ज़माने में stress ही सब कुछ है. So as I said, keep yourself checked up, do meditation, give yourself some time to practice your hobbies. Give yourself an hour in a day to just do what you want to do besides your work. So whether it's playing a guitar or singing, something where you can move your stress away from your life. That is what I would say. Yes, the last question, Jugal.
The last question. So the what workplace situation can increase the risk of a heart attack? Stress, long sitting hours, dehydration, or something else?
So all of them I will say. Dehydration, as I said, hydrate your body, very important. Keep a glass of water always with you. Keep sipping water, keep drinking water before meals. And if you have to have it after meals, keep a gap of 1 hour and then shift to your herbal tea, green tea, chas. All these things are so good for the body. So this is and workplace, sitting hours is so important. So many hours you sit in one place. Make sure that you get up after every 5-10 minutes, take a little walk, keep moving your legs up and down, keep exercising your fingers, keep moving your head up and down, if you're having long sitting hours. So try and move your body, even if it is in a sitting position. You may not be able to get up and move if you're in this place like that. But fingers, toes, legs up and down, knees up and down, kind of little bit of exercise, which they tell you in yoga is very important for the heart. They say the calf is your second heart. So make sure you keep moving your legs up and down so that your calf muscles are moved. These kind of small things you can do even when you're sitting. So just Google all these things, join yoga, they'll tell you so many different tips. And even at your workplace, you can reduce all these things so that your heart is healthy.
So yes,
Or
I
you could sign up for WCI's wealthy programs. That way we will help you with everything.
that for sure. I think that was the last question. Is there any question? Then you can please mention in chat. Otherwise, we will go ahead with the closing the session. We can wait for 2 minutes. If there is any question left, then we can go ahead with the question. Otherwise, we will close it.
Sure. We would also like to know definitely, say Jugal, about the feedback. We've got a lot of questions, but we would like to know how people like the session and did they feel this is important for them. So if you could just ask one or two people
Yes.
to add in your this thing how they like the session, because unfortunately I think we cannot allow anybody to speak here. But if you could get a little bit of feedback of how they felt about the session and is it necessary for everybody to learn? Jesse, as I told you, we are teaching in schools, colleges, we're teaching the police, we're teaching the railways. So is this important information that everybody should learn? That's what we need as a feedback.
Yes. We will request everyone to kindly fill out the feedback form, which would be sent on your chat. So your feedback will help us to improve how we can invite more such impactful session and do for the community. So there is one more question. I think so. We will take it as a last. Ma'am, tell about sorbitate and disprin. In what circumstances can they be given? What are the precautions that should be taken?
Okay. So I'll repeat. Sorbitate is a tablet that all of us have heard. Everybody keeps spreading it around, put it under the tongue. It's going to immediately give you relief from a heart attack. But a sorbitate is a tablet which brings your blood pressure right down. So if the person is already on the tablet prescribed by the doctor, you can give it to him. But if the person has never taken it, please do not give it in a first time situation, because the person's pressure may just drop and the person will just collapse there. So an aspirin and Disprin is an alternative for it. So this is in a case if a person is getting a heart attack, he's getting chest pain, he's getting jaw pain, he's sweating, he's getting nausea, and you're rushing him to the hospital. One tablet of Disprin or aspirin, you can put it in a little bit of water, let it dissolve, let the person drink it, and then rush him to the hospital. This is in a situation of a heart attack. So do not give Sorbitit unless he's already taking it. That is the situation only in which you're going to give it. Otherwise, an aspirin or Disprin, always we should keep home in an emergency in your first aid kit. But it doesn't mean that you take it every week. It is an emergency tablet. Only if the person is getting chest pain, nausea, acidity, before rushing him to the hospital, you can give one tablet of aspirin or Disprin dissolved in water. That will give you more time to reach the hospital. It's a blood thinner. And अगर heart attack नहीं भी है, तो नुकसान नहीं पहुंचाएगी.
Yes, that's for it. And I will invite our Priyamvada madam to have few words and note for this session.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jugalji. And thank you so much, Sumaya ma'am, for such a meaningful, such a knowledgeable session. At this stage, we have conducted such kind of session for the first time, rather for the first time in ICAI. And this has come up so well. We have been receiving so many questions. You can see with the kind of response, obviously the session has went too well because of so many questions which have come out here, and you have replied each and everything very thoughtfully, very nicely. Thank you for such your knowledge and giving us and giving this to our community, which is very nice. And thank you Abhishek ji, and thank you Ms. Hetal for coming up and for initiating this. Yes, we have been collaborating, and we are doing this for our society, for our CA community. I mean, this has come up really well. Around 800 people come up and they were listening to the session. I'm sure they all will be benefited, and they'll always see this as a very pure form, in the form of at the time of emergency. Another thing, I would request all my chartered accountant friends here to please fill the feedback form, so that we can come up with more such session, more informative and knowledgeable session. See, well-being is important. I know professional excellence is important for all of us at this stage. But yes, wellness, if we have our life, we'll be professionally succeeding. So life is equally important. We usually forget because of our professional commitments, but we should not. At this stage, thank you everyone. Thank you Abhishek ji. Thank you Sumaya ma'am for coming out here, sparing us some time to give us such thoughtful session. Thank you WCI for this. Thank you so much. Thank you Jugal ji for coming out here.
Our pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
So
Technical team.